What's really trending right now is where's technology moving? Things like transparent displays, interactivity that's engaging the customers is really, really popular right now and being looked at as well. Creating an experience for the customer.
Hi, welcome to another episode of Room for Seconds. My name's Josh Halpern, and I'm guest hosting this week. We're here with Brian and Adam from 25/7 Digital Labs. You do know that it's 24/7.
Right. Yes. One more hour of the day, we put a little extra work in for our customers.
Okay. That's like one more hour of work or one more hour of play?
Hopefully work.
Hopefully work.
Yeah.
All right. We have different definitions of work-life balance, but that's all good. You guys are with 25/7 Digital Labs. How did it come to be? How did the company come to be? What is it you guys do? Let our viewers know.
Well, I'd worked with LG Electronics on the commercial signage sides, and did that a few years with Adam. Adam's actually with LG, and found a niche where we can actually have some better impact with end users. And went into business with my brother. Brother David's not here today, but found a couple of nice customers to work with, nice and easy in the sense that they understood our business model.
Yeah. LG, you guys are kind of the kings of this space. Why does LG want to be in restaurants with digital screens and digital technology?
Oh, that's a great question. We found a lot of success working with customers in that vertical because there's a need, right, for that. You have customers coming in looking for ways on how to get their product quicker, faster, and easier. And we feel that by utilizing digital signage, you're able to accomplish that.
And it's over the long run, people kind of scoff at the cost of going to digital signage in the very beginning. But over the long run, it saves you a lot of money being in digital signage because you don't have to constantly reprint menu boards and redesign things. And you change a price on an analog board and you're either reprinting the whole board, or we've all been in the restaurant where there's the weird piece of masking tape, right, with the new price written in like crayon. And you're like, I don't know what that guy's doing. But over the long haul, it's cheaper to go digital. Yeah.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with you that it is cheaper to go digital, and I think it also gives you a lot more capabilities to engage with your customers on different fronts, right? So having more personalized offers, having more dynamic menus by day parts, being able to drive price down. So with now new content management systems or CMSs, you can actually integrate pricing where it is driven by the actual point of sale system, which would allow you to mark it down in one location, bring that price down for a short period of time to move a slow moving item, eliminate waste, because we all know in the restaurant world, waste is an enemy of all of us.
Death.
Right?
Yeah.
Yep.
So controversial question, right? A couple years ago, one of the major QSR chains, won't say names, big one, starts with a W, took some flack on dynamic pricing, right? Why is dynamic pricing here to stay? Why is it so critical that businesses engage in dynamic pricing?
So dynamic pricing, I think the one thing with dynamic pricing is you have different segments of business. You have different customers, and there's always a price point for those customers. I think from a business world, in terms of the actual business itself, the dynamic pricing is really important because you also have different segments that match up, right? And so you can go with a high value customer, you give them kind of one price point. You can go with a price point off days, off market, off peak. I think what happened with the one customer or the one vendor that you were talking about, it was a little bit of more marketing. They said, we're going to actually charge you more during peak versus charge you less and discount. We're seeing it all the time with credit cards. Now you're starting to see the add-on fees for credit cards on the bottom of the receipt. So it's becoming accepted. It's how it's kind of, I think, portrayed and positioned in the marketplace from a communication and marketing perspective. This happens all the time.
Yeah. I mean, look, I was in the beer business for a decade, as you guys know. Happy hour pricing was like the OG of dynamic pricing, right? So it's not a new tactic. I think it needs to be positioned the right way to the guest because people hear things the way that they want to hear them. And then that's the way they are. Perception's reality. And I think that's where some of that hang up has been.
I still get a newspaper on Wednesdays. I get circulars from all the grocery stores. Cereal, pop. It goes from $10 a case or $10 a box to $2 for a case. So same thing, right? It's like it's just a promotion. And so you can look at dynamic pricing as a promotion.
Yeah.
It's just more immediate.
Could be for an hour.
Right.
So you still get a newspaper and you still read the circulars.
Surprisingly, yes.
Okay. We're going to have to dig into that at another time. That's not a part of this podcast, but I think that needs to be explored a little deeper to understand that consumer behavior. So I had the privilege, it seems like it was yesterday, but I actually think it was like 9 or 10 months ago, to be at the LG Innovation Center. You guys are working on tremendous new technology that can really do amazing things for this vertical. What can you share?
What's really trending right now is, what's different, right? It's capturing an audience, capturing, a sensibility of where's technology moving. Things like transparent displays are exciting. I think you saw a little bit of that.
Super
there as
cool.
Well.
Yeah.
Interactivity that's engaging the customers is really, really popular right now and being looked at as well. Everything from kiosks to creating an experience for the customer.
Yeah. I thought some of the screen sizes were really cool too. How it seems like the old days of, hey, it's this size rectangle, take it or leave it, are quickly going away. And I think as restaurants get designed, as retailers get designed, you're going to start to see a lot more interesting, cool elements in the restaurant as you guys play with screen sizes.
Exactly. I mean, there's unique products like, for instance, in our innovation center, we have stretch screens, right?
Yeah.
That's utilizing screens in a different way, putting them overhead doors and for wayfinding, stuff like that, utilizing columns in a building so where you can install them vertically and really take use of different spaces that, wasn't very common back in the day.
I'm Greg Majewski, and I've been a multi-unit operator for 26 years. I know how great it feels owning the right franchise brand, but choosing the right franchisor feels even better. At Craveworthy Brands, our hospitality-driven culture sets us apart because we're invested in your success at every single stage of your journey. We're operators alongside you, paving the way forward to give you a head start on greatness. Start your franchise journey at craveworthybrands.com.
Three-dimensional digital signage is also going to be crazy critical. We haven't gotten there yet so much in the restaurant industry, I think just because our margin pool is a little worse than retail, right? Mm-hmm. And as a result, we need the price to come down a little bit. When I was at NRF earlier this year, National Retail Federation, I was blown away. There were 32 aisles of retail technology and there were 4 of restaurant technology. And I think where the push came to shove was just a lot of that retail technology is not yet affordable for the majority of restaurants out there. How do you see that changing? We all remember the days of having the huge TV that weighed like 4,000 pounds, right? Like the big, huge
35
TVs.
inch.
We were just talking about that today.
Yeah. And then flat screens came out and they were like $4,000 in the beginning, right? And then, you fast forward and you get a TV for $99. So how long do you think that journey is going to be before some of that really badass retail technology comes our way?
I mean, it's happening today in a lot of different verticals and markets. Like in the restaurant business, I mean, you're starting to see it more and more, right? It's becoming more evident. You're walking into restaurants now, you're seeing, digital menu boards are a staple now. They're being installed everywhere, from the smaller mom and pops to the larger chain restaurants.
Yeah.
So what we really like to do, and utilizing our partners like 25/7, is really implementing the technology into like pilots,
right,
and putting them out in the field, because it's all driven by, on the manufacturing side, volume in business, right? So the more volume we can get out there in the real world and really put the concepts in play, then it'll make it easier for everybody to be able to scale it, basically.
And those digital boards are visible 24/7, even though it's 24/7.
Exactly.
Got it. So if people aren't yet invested in digital technology inside their stores, what's your pitch, Brian? How should people think about this? Why should they consider converting to digital?
I think when you look at your investment, what you first started with is the investment and the reinvestment in static signs. So what can you actually look at over 3 to 5 years and basically reinvest that into a digital platform? Crawl, walk, run is a great approach. So replace the same things you have now. Don't go crazy. Don't do all this animation right out of the gate. Just start with replacing what you have. And then start with small offers. Start with adding different dynamic features to it to augment the brand. And then get the customers to be aware of what you now offer. I think we've seen that over the last 10 or 15 years with kiosk and digital signage and restaurants with the big chains. They've shifted the consumer dynamic and made it become acceptable to engage with customers that way. And so now we're starting to see that push into the lower level or the entry level small businesses that don't have the big bandwidth and don't have the big budgets. So the price points are coming down to a point where now those kind of restaurant tours can actually engage in those opportunities.
Yeah, and as we've spoken about, like with kiosks, we partner with Byte on our kiosks. They figured out how to bring Shaquille O'Neal alive into our kiosks. Now, all of a sudden, that 14-year-old kid is able to say, I actually had a small interaction. I mean, it's mostly gifts and everything else, but I at least had some interesting interaction with Shaq when I'm in the store.
Yeah, it's that customer engagement. I think that makes the difference, right? It's just not going in and being that, robotic approach, right? I'm going to order this or if you can make it fun, engaging, not only are you going to make it an exciting experience, but you're also going to get the new generation customer, right?
Yeah.
Ingrained into that in that approach as well. So,
and the really's are, and I've said it in a few of these interviews today. I have kids. You guys have kids?
yes.
What percentage of the time are you the one that gets to pick what fast food restaurant you're eating at?
Very low.
Yeah, like 1% if you're lucky, and it's probably like your birthday lunch or something.
Right.
We're not the ones picking. So having the store be as relevant as possible for our kids makes it that much more likely that our kids are dragging us there versus another retail establishment.
Exactly. I mean, even aside from the interactive experience that you're getting in the restaurant, a lot of people are starting to look at apps now, right?
Right.
Creating that app and really starting to make investment into mobile. Because like you said, the younger generation now are utilizing their phone, even us, but everybody's utilizing their phone for everything these days. So now if I can pull up an app, make an order, go pick it up, make it easy and quick, we can get on, for the rest of our day. And we're really starting to see that trend really starting to kind of get some traction.
Absolutely. People are on their phones 24/7, even though it's 24/7.
He's getting it.
I think we got it.
So thank you guys for coming on the show. Greatly appreciated. Please reach out to LG or to 25/7 if you want to start investing in digital technology in your store.
Hey viewers, thanks again for supporting Room for Seconds. If you found this episode inspiring, interesting, or any bit informative, please hit that little subscribe button down at the bottom so you never miss an episode. In my 26 years in this amazing industry, I've been blessed with incredible mentorship. This show is my way of giving back. Follow me on LinkedIn, search Greg Majewski, on Twitter, @Greg_Majewski. If you still have room for more, visit our website at media.craveworthybrands.com. You'll find more videos, shows, notes, blogs, resources, and an easy way to get in touch with the Craveworthy Brands team. I'm your host, Greg Majewski. Thanks again for tuning in to Room for Seconds.